hope you're all doing well. Today is, what the hell day is it? Today is the 6th of March, I believe, 2025. It's Thursday. I know that much, for sure. So many things, and I only have 20 minutes left on my video. I really need to learn how to edit. You guys, if anyone has like how to edit videos for dummies option somewhere that you know of, I could do that. Adrian made me this wonderful video so many years ago about OBS, and I can't find it because I'm just terrible at technology in every possible sense of the word. So that's why I do live videos that don't have editing. It's not because I'm arrogant and I just think I'm awesome. I simply don't know how. I don't know how. Anything you've ever seen that has any kind of editing on my video is because I sent it to Seamus and was like, can you do this thing for me? And you know, I don't want to do that to him. But he's gracious and he always does it when I ask him to. But if you ever see editing on my video, somebody else did that for me. So I'm nothing if not fucking funny, because in the world that we live in, if you're not funny, you're committing suicide. And those are your options. It's a fucking nightmare of a world. It's so weird. Our Canada flag upside down patriotism movement that was born with the trucker convoy has effectively been hijacked by these fucking retards who are mad at the United States and Donald Trump because he wants to clean up our borders. That fucking guy. How could he do that? He banned chicks with dicks from women's sports. That's sexist. Oh my god, it's so funny. It's so funny that, like, they're saying the two different things. Like, before, you'd be like, in the last conversation they said something, and then in the next conversation they said the opposite thing. But right now, it's not even in a different conversation. It's in like this same sentence. They're like, this fucking guy, he's such a sexist. But he just banned men from women's sports. Awesome. He's a racist, but he hires black guys. It's just awesome. I have seen people liken Donald Trump to actual Hitler. I know I did a video about this before, but like, the people who do that have such violence in their mind and such vitriol. Like, when all of us people who knew that the vaccine was a bioweapon were trying to convince everybody else not to take this shit, we weren't trying to hurt anyone, right? The people who were taking this shit and buying the narrative wanted us to not be treated at a hospital. They wanted us to die. And we just wanted to inform them, right? That's the difference. We just wanted to be like, yo, ask more questions because this is dangerous. And they're like, you guys should die for asking fucking questions. And this is the world we live in. So now I see all kinds of Canadian flags upside down on my route that I travel several times a week all the time that were never there before. And everybody switched. They're yelling at us about, you guys had this convoy and where are you now that Donald Trump, the Hitler, is, you know, trying to destroy our country. No, man. If you couldn't see that our country was a fucking thriving shithole before Donald Trump took office, you're fucking mentally re-fucking retarded. There's nothing else I can say to you. Now, I'm not a Trump fan, because I know the underlying shit that's going on behind Trump. But if I was just like an MSM person, not MSM, because wow, like if you watch the mainstream media, holy fuck, you can understand why these lunatics who are out of control of their senses and lacking the ability to do any research at all outside of anything that's mainstream, you can see why they're losing their shit. It's all about anger and fear. And scared, angry people are really easy to control. You can make them do anything you want. And that's what they're doing. right? Emptying liquor store shelves from U.S. products that have already been purchased by the liquor store. You already paid for that shit, and now you're not going to sell it? You're fucking retarded. It's so stupid and so comical. Well, it's not comical. It's like, I don't know. There's got to be a word for like evil, scary, bad, fucked up, funny. Is it satire? I don't know. There's got to be a word. If you know the word, put it in the chat. I'd love to know the word for like mentally retarded comedy. I don't know, but I have to laugh. So one of the things that caught my attention that made me fucking laugh is that the Tesla stocks have tanked. And if you ever wanted to buy stocks in Tesla, might be a nice time to do that. Because 2 years ago, all the fucking woke retards were buying EVs and Teslas, right? And the stock was just going up and up and up and up all the time. Now these people have been told to hate Trump and Elon, and so now their fucking stock is tanking. Because it's the same people who were buying the cars 6 months ago, because it was going up, and now they're like, no, Elon bad. Well, what are you going to do with all your Teslas? It's awesome. It's awesome. I don't even know what to say. It's so awesome. And people are just, I don't even know. I don't know what to say. There's so much division. There's so much vitriol. Like, my child goes to school with a kid who's in grade 5. And the grade 5 kid said that if he saw Donald Trump in public, he would murder him. He would shoot him. What the fuck is going on at this kid's house? How is this not, like, promoting violence? Meanwhile, Trudeau has publicly stated that he's already given $20 billion with a B dollars to Ukraine. What? And no one has a problem with this? Recently, somebody who I know who's told me that Donald Trump was a dictator. And I said, people who donated even $10 to the convoy had their bank accounts frozen for having an opinion and supporting that opinion that was against what the government wanted you to believe. If that's not dictatorship, I don't know what the fuck is. So if you didn't have a problem when that happened, and you have a problem now, you need mental help. Like, you actually do. And I'm not being tongue-in-cheek. I'm not being rude. But if you legitimately can't see that when Canada needed you to let us choose whether we wanted to be part of a medical experiment, and you didn't say anything and you weren't there for us, there's no fucking way that I'm standing with you people against a president who wants us to clean up our borders, get rid of drugs, and is actively investing in uncovering the corruption that has been in the last bunch of administrations. So essentially what's happening is that somebody broke into my house and I called the cops on them, and now you're mad at me for calling the cops. That's what's going on. You guys are crying like a bunch of fucking sissified soy boys because the president of the United States is trying to make their country better and ours. He has no interest in, like, he has no obligation to make our country better, but he actually is a person, and I am not a Trump fan, but on the surface, if you can disagree with the shit he's doing on the surface, you should use your medical plan to get some psychological help. Because when you ban chicks with dicks from women's sports, from pounding the fucking snot out of women in their own sports, and you're still being called a sexist, like, there's nothing more pro-women that he could do than ban us from having our asses kicked in MMA fights or swimming competitions like with Leah Thomas. So if you think that those actions are wrong, or exposing the corruption, that same person told me, oh, he's firing all these military personnel, they didn't do anything. Oh, they did. Oh, they did. They had charges and allegations, thousands of them, of child SA and ST and things that I don't want to get banned for saying, that only a minuscule amount of them were ever actually investigated, even though there were thousands of accusations. And a bunch of them had a inappropriate chat situation going on their work computers. So these people definitely needed to be fired. Absolutely. But the mainstream media will never let you know that there was a legitimate reason for these people getting their jobs handed to them, taken from them. It's absolutely unbelievable. And now, everywhere you look, the stores have Canada flags up. People have Canada fucking flags everywhere. Where were you when our bodily autonomy was being challenged? You're okay with women who want to murder their unborn children, and our tax is paying for it. But bodily autonomy doesn't mean shit when the government wants to experiment on me? You people are fucked. You people are just totally fucked. And I do get upset and I do get irritated, which is why I have to laugh about it, because if I don't, it's going to get me down. So then I have to do things, which you guys should do too, because I see people getting down. And people say to me, I just want to be happy. Nobody's happy. Stop looking for happiness. Look for fulfillment. Look for a thing to do that will give you a purpose. Look for purpose. You are not going to be happy. Happiness is found at the splash park one day every month in the summer when you can afford to go, and for 8 hours you forget that your bills are due and that you have no money and that your laundry isn't done and your dishes aren't done. That is happiness. Look for satisfaction. Look for some reason to get up in the morning. Getting up to do the dishes is not enough. And if you're a responsible pet owner, then getting up to take your dog for a really long walk and do some training with it is absolutely a reason to get up. But if you're not a responsible dog owner, then you don't have any reason to get up. You have to find something. People will say, well, there's nothing I'm interested in. There's nothing that I really like. Okay, well, find something that will make you feel good. Maybe volunteer to help other people so that you can get out and interact with other people without having to sit down and have a coffee and stew over all your shit. So if you find yourself depressed or feeling unmotivated or like life isn't worth living, go and help someone else who has it worse than you. Go find somebody. If you have 2 legs, go find someone in a wheelchair. Right? If you have an able-bodied back, go fucking help out a farmer somewhere. If you're physically capable, go and volunteer to help somebody who isn't physically capable. Go and do something that will actually fill your spirit. And typically, because we are tribal and because we need people to survive, the thing that a lot of us feel fills our cup is doing things for other people. I love volunteering. I mean, whenever the opportunity comes up at my community center, we have a community fridge and people go and they help to make food to fill that fridge. I love that. Even when I feel like shit, because I've felt like shit a lot lately. And even when I feel like shit and I can only do like a small thing and then I have to come home, I still interacted with other people who were positive and who were creating energy to do something positive. So that energy will affect you as long as you're there. But you can't have positive energy affect you if you're not around positive energy. It's just that way. That's all I can say. So if you feel that you have nothing going on in your life that makes you feel like life is worth living, then it's your job to find something. It's not your job to sit, bitch, and moan about it every day, all day, droning on. You have to pick your fucking pants up, put on your big girl panties, and fucking go and do something that gives yourself some meaning. I do the farmer farmer's market, and I love it so much. It's sales, it's brief interactions with people, so I'm not sitting around telling people my story and complaining about the shit going on. It's that superficial, single-serving friend where you can just have a quick conversation about a mutually interested topic and then be done with it and carry on. And you only are there for like 4 hours, so then you go home. I can't interact with people for very long. With my injury, I get really tired really fast. Like at the end of a market, I come home and sleep. Because as much as it fills my spirit, it drains my body. It makes me really tired and all the things that go along with that, which are never fun. But it's your life, so it's your job to find something meaningful. And especially right now, oh my God, it's so easy to get depressed when you look around and see what's going on outside of you, right? You've got Ariana Grande talking about the, what is that? What was the word she said? The erasure. She doesn't say the erasing program. She said, I was just at the, I think it was called the Sunshine Clinic or something, or some happy name of a clinic. I was just at this clinic and they did the erasure program on me, so I don't remember when my next album is coming out. But I'll go back in, she said, and see if they can restore some of that memory. And the guy is like, what? She's like, yeah, they do the erasure program. What? So they have a clinic, which I already knew this. If you didn't know this stuff, if you don't know that we have clones, look at Miley Cyrus. Come on, you guys. Come on. Catch up. Get there faster. We have clones. They cloned a fucking sheep in the 50s. That's when they told us about it. No, they didn't tell us about it then. I don't know when they told us about it, but the clone supposedly happened in the 50s. So if you think they're not cloning people, oh my God, like, I don't even know. Check your IQ. Get off the fluoride. Get your fucking fluoride out of your toothpaste and get bottled water. Because, dude, you're fucked. If you didn't think they were cloning people, there's so many people. Trey Gowdy, Eminem, Miley Cyrus, Madonna, Cher, like, the list goes fucking on. And so many of the ones who aren't cloned are fucking trannies. Ryan Gosling in the Barbie, you can see his top surgery scars. So, he's a good actor, but he's acting a lot more than you guys think he is, in my opinion. There's so many of them, it's not even funny. Nicole Kidman, come on. The list. So, I'm sorry, I got off track. When it comes to the tranny stuff, I always lose track. The cloning, it's real. The mind control, it's real. The erasure programs, the MK Ultra, the SRA, the GATE program, it's all fucking real. And if you are so programmed by the system that you don't believe it, be self-aware. Instead of being like, that can't be real, do what big grown-ups do and be like, I gotta look into this because I can't believe this is real, but if it is, oh my God. And then find something you like. When I started waking up to realizing that everything I've ever been told was a lie, I couldn't sleep. It's a big process for your brain to actually take in the information that you find. Because I'm open. People say that I'm not open, I'm hard to talk to, blah, blah, but I just listen. I listen, and if you mention something that I never heard of before, I'm going to take notes. And if I have an opinion on something, I don't usually give an opinion unless I've done the work where I would like have an educated opinion, or I will say, you know what, I don't really know a lot about that topic, but based on what I know, this is how I feel. So I don't typically say, I do say the words always and never. I do say those words, and I am working on it because I know that people get all bent out of shape over them. But from my perspective, you should know that nothing is always and never. Nothing. Right? There's another one. Nothing. Never. Nobody. Nothing is ever nothing. Nobody ever. You know what I mean? It's all law. It's just not a thing. Anyway, I had to take a minute to say something that I thought was funny, that caught me as funny, but now I'm at my appointment, so I'm going to let you guys go. As always, take care of yourself and each other, and get off grid, grow your own food, arm yourselves, and make friends with like-minded people.